Hello, beautiful sisters of Awaken the Goddess Within. How are you today? I'm so glad that we get to spend this time together. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay. This month's Creatrix conversation is all about manifestation. And I am really excited to share these 5 daily practices that you can do that will really smooth out and speed up the process of whatever it is you are trying to co-create in your life with the divine. Hello. See you as you're popping on. Please say hi. And I know this is a topic that I have been passionate about and spoken about for many, many years. And in my own personal life, I have been dreamcrafting and manifesting for decades. And that's a part of my inspiration. Hello, good morning. To share these 5 practices with you that really they underpin all of our efforts of what we are trying to manifest, right? And I know that's such a buzzword, and I feel like I should just acknowledge that right now, like the law of attraction and the secret, and like you can manifest your life. And I take a bit of a different approach to it than some people do, but because really I know that we are co-creating, right? So a lot of talk about manifestation can be very focused on like what our ego is wanting to manifest, coming from that place of like willpower. And often what happens when that's the case is that you're trying to manifest something that isn't in true alignment with your soul, right? And so anyway, we're going to talk about all of that, but really knowing that I'm coming from a place of co-creating our reality with the divine. And these 5 practices, daily practices, can really help you in your journey. So in case you are new to this community, new to me, welcome. We are so glad that you are here in Awaken the Goddess Within. My name is Flora, and I've had the pleasure of being the hostess and focalizer of this group and of this sacred online space for over 5 years. And I am a cyclic living teacher, a ceremonial priestess, goddess guide, and a sacred musician. And I help women hear their soul's voice so that they can step into their unique feminine power and awaken and reclaim their creative power, their magic. And so my work is very centered around helping women get attuned and aligned to what is real and to manifest that in a co-creative relationship with spirit, right? So I'm really excited to share these 5 practices with you. And just before I do, I want to remind everyone that I am hosting a singing circle, another Earth Song Temple singing circle this Friday, November 19th, under the full moon. And I'm going to drop the link in the comments right now. I'm offering these at a sliding scale registration, so it's very accessible for everyone to come check it out. And I'm going to share more about this in a bit, but truly our voices are our most powerful and personal instruments, tools of manifesting. And with my background as a professional singer and a trained sound healer, and all the ways that I love using my voice, even in speaking and sharing, I really invite you to come check it out, to come sing with us We're going to be singing our prayers together at that full moon singing circle. That's this Friday, November 19th. So the link is there. All right. Welcome. Welcome, sisters. Please say hello. And when you're hopping on. Okay. So let's jump in. The first practice is to connect, right? And this is a daily spiritual practice to connect with divine source, with your higher self, with spirit, with God, goddess, right? Whatever name you give that energy, you need to have a daily practice of connecting, right? And this can be as little as 5 minutes every day, or as much time as you have, right, to spend strengthening that connection. Remembering that you are a conduit, you are a vessel, right, or a channel. Again, whatever word feels the most resonant for you. But this really is like the first foundational and essential piece, that you have some daily practice every day where you connect, so that you can really clear and strengthen that connection, right? It's typically, what that looks like, typically it's an activity that will quiet your mind, right? I like to say that will quiet the monkey mind so that you can access your magical mind. So often meditation is a popular one and a very effective way to connect. For me, some of my other favorite ways to connect are nature walks, especially walking in the forest. It's a beautiful way, one of my favorite ways to connect. Some of my other favorite ways are singing and chanting to connect, which again, that's why I'm inspired to host singing circles and hold those singing circles in a very sacred and ceremonial way. We can use singing and chanting to connect with spirit. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of your favorite ways, some of your regular practices to connect with divine energy, with source, with spirit? I'd love to hear, because we all have a different way of connecting. But this is such an important first step, and it needs to happen every day. Even breath work, right? Intentional breath work is another way to connect and to clear that channel, right? To strengthen that connection. This is also how we find and strengthen our faith, that we are part of something bigger, right? That we are an interwoven part of the tapestry of life, right? It's through having a daily practice where we connect. Oracle cards, yeah. That oracle cards are very multi-purpose, actually, right? Oracle cards can help us connect and more. So that's a great, and having that daily practice of pulling a daily card, right? Or pulling a daily rune, whatever it is, yeah, that's a wonderful way. So that's the first practice. Connect, and do it every day. Like I said, even if it's just a few minutes every day. So the second one, oh, great, another one, prayer, yes, journaling, yeah. Some people love that, especially they call it automatic writing, to connect, and prayer, of course, yes. So number 1, connect. Number 2, the second practice to help your manifestation is to receive. And you might think, I thought that manifestation was about, taking action. Well, think about it. We need to receive when we're on a journey towards shifting our lives, when we're co-creating a manifestation, receiving. So think about it. When you receive a hit of inspiration from the universe, when you receive that, that soul nudge, something that sparks an idea for you, what do you do with it? What do you do when you receive those hits? Do you think about them for a while and then, forget about it? Do you maybe get excited for a few moments and then, dismiss it as, oh, I couldn't do that, right? That's impossible. The limiting thoughts that come in. Even if you receive a compliment, what do? Do you typically deflect that compliment? If you receive an offer of help or support from someone, do you typically say, oh, no, I'm fine, right? So looking at how you receive, your capacity to receive, it's really about expanding your capacity to receive, right? So thinking about this and also knowing that, especially for anyone that has past trauma, our nervous systems that are always trying to regulate, when we begin to receive something, even something that we've really wanted, something that we've worked really hard for, and we suddenly receive it, our nervous systems can actually go into panic because we're still operating from a place of more not being so sure about our safety, right? Have you ever noticed that? Like, even when something good comes along that you've been wanting and you're like, yay, I receive it. And then it's like, panic, right? So as a daily practice, expand your capacity to receive. And so when you think about, when you visualize what it is that you're wanting to create, and when you receive an inspired idea that you really want to work towards, write it down. Write it down in your journal, or write it down somewhere, or create a piece of art and put it on your fridge, or speak it out loud to a friend, whatever, and take another step to make it more real so that you don't just receive it and then kind of put it away, right? So when you start to make it more real, more tangible, this really starts the process of turning an inspired thought into a real possibility, right? And so again, as a daily practice, notice how often you actually block or resist receiving, and work to expand your capacity to receive. So that's the second practice. The first one was connect. The second one is receive. Okay, so for the third one, the third practice is embody. Now, anyone who knows me will know that I am all about embodiment, right? If our spiritual beliefs or practices are really only in our head, right? If we only understand, or value something conceptually, and we haven't made the connection towards embodying in our daily life, then there's a disconnect there. So that's why the third practice is to embody. And this is the fun part, right? And it's also the hard part. I love it because I think of it as shape-shifting. And shape-shifting has long been one of my favorite kind of superpowers. When we think about superheroes, like what superpower would you like to have? I always think about shape-shifting. And because you are literally shape-shifting and becoming a new woman when you are desiring to make a change, when you want to change your life, when you want to change your career, when you want out of a relationship, when you want to find and get into a relationship, when you want to start a business, when you want to write a book, whatever it is, that dream, that inspiration that you're wanting to manifest requires you to change. Right? It will require you to think differently. It will require you to behave differently, right? To have different daily actions, right? To make that possible. And so embodying this process as you shape shift, right, is is exciting and fun on the one hand, and it's also scary, because at deep DNA level, really, we fear change, and yet we also crave it. It's like this paradox of being human, that we crave change and we don't want things to stay the same, and yet we also fear it. So, you know, I want you to really think about yourself as a shapeshifter, and to think about specifically what you're wanting to manifest. How does it require you to change? How does it require you to think differently, act differently, right? And so, and remembering that it's just steps, day to day, right? Incrementally making the changes, right? Day by day, shape shifting, so that you are shape shifting into the person who has created, who is manifesting your dreams and desires, right? So this is the co-creation, right? We put out an intention. This is what I want to manifest. And the universe receives your wish. And then we need to meet the universe halfway, right? Often it feels like more than halfway, right? But it's an active process, right? We can't just like make a wish and then not do anything, not change anything about our lives in order to make that possible, right? So embody, right? Think about the ways, in all the little ways, like I said, just incrementally, day by day, that you need to embody your dream that you are manifesting. Think about all the ways that you need to embody the shape shifting to be that, to realize that goal, to realize that dream. All right? Okay, you with me? Yes, that's right. Thank you. Or the opportunity will go to the one who says yes. Ooh, I love that, right? And of course, everyone is on their own timeline, and sometimes the things that we are wanting to manifest will take years to come to fruition. And sometimes it feels like there's nothing that we can do to speed up the process. And so there's nothing like wrong with you or flawed if you feel like, oh, I've been trying to manifest this for so long and it's not happening. Like, there is a reality to that. Some things we can manifest really quickly. Some things take time. But you're absolutely right. We need to keep on saying yes, and we need to keep adjusting, and especially our thoughts, our actions, to embody what it is that we're wanting to manifest, okay? So that's the third practice. The fourth practice is appreciate. To appreciate what is right here, right now in your life. And again, this is a paradox, because for those of us that can get very future focused, can be very goal oriented, we're, like we really have that vision for our future self, our dreams, then we can sometimes forget to be in the here and now, right? We're very distracted mentally, right? We're very distracted mentally, and we're not in the power of our presence, right? And so having a daily practice of appreciating, a daily practice of acknowledging and being in a state of gratitude allows us to stay anchored and centered in the power that we have to choose, that is only in the present moment, right? The future, our future, is constantly being shaped by the choices we make in the present, the choices that we make today. And that's why every day, to have some practice And again, this doesn't take long. None of these practices actually take a lot of time necessarily, but they really become a state of being, right? Every morning when I wake up and every night before bed, I mentally express some gratitude or verbally express gratitude to my wife about what I'm grateful for, what I'm appreciating, right? And I always remember that, like in real estate or in fine art, what you appreciate appreciates in value, right? So it really, regularly practicing gratitude, it raises our vibration so that we're acknowledging and we're becoming more and more aware of the good stuff that is right here, right now in our lives, even when we're focused on improving our situation for the future, right? Because the truth is that what we give energy to, either consciously or unconsciously, what we give energy to grows. So when we're focused on what's not working, on what we don't like about our life, what we don't like about our work, right? Complaining every day, well, then that's what you're focused on. And more of that will show up because that's what you're attuned to, right? But when we focus on our blessings, when we focus on the little wins that we're noticing, when we're grateful and appreciate everything and everyone in our life, that's what we notice. And that's what we have more of. And so this is a state of mind, an attitude of gratitude, if you will, that it almost seems so simple that you might be listening now and you're like, yeah, Flora, I know about gratitude practice, kind of like blah, blah. Because it seems so simple that we don't actually realize how powerful it is. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that it was my gratitude practice back at the beginning of 2016 that transformed my life completely. And I was in a very unhappy place then. Even though, I had a lot of good things going for me too, right? But it was starting a gratitude practice that shifted everything. So appreciate. This is a daily practice of appreciating what's right here and right now, and not losing the present because you're so focused in the future. Okay? So how are these landing so far? I've already covered 4. We're clicking along here. The 5th and final practice, daily practice for manifestation that I'm going to share with you today is mindset. Mindset. And I've already been talking about how important our thoughts are, and our mental climate. Now, mindset, I know, again, is a very popular buzzword, especially in the personal growth, world. And the truth is that mindset really isn't just one thing, right? It's not like you do mindset by doing this, right? But really what we want to cultivate, it's what's absolutely necessary to cultivate, to manifest anything, is what's called a growth mindset. Because unfortunately, many people are stuck in what's called a fixed mindset. So if you're in a fixed mindset, like I'm sure you can tell just by that word, it's like you're fixed. There's no opportunity for change or growth. So in order to manifest anything, you need to cultivate a growth mindset and a mental climate of positivity and possibility, right? So again, what mindset practice that really works for you, you need to discover for yourself. Because it's not just one thing. To cultivate a growth mindset, you can use journaling, which is also already mentioned as a way to connect, right? Journaling, you can kind of do double duty here. Journaling, daily success affirmations, right? Again, something using our voice, right? Using our voice to affirm and to shape shift and to work on our mindset, saying out loud, affirmations. That's another great mindset practice. EFT tapping is another favorite of mine. Hugely transformational practice that I worked with a lot in 2016, 2017, 2018. I'll admit I've kind of fallen off my EFT tapping practice now, but it was pivotal for me when I was completely transforming my life. EFT tapping, it basically works where you gently tapping along meridians, energy meridians, and you're saying not really just affirmations, but they're kind of like affirmations. You're also looking at your limiting beliefs, and you can find lots of videos on YouTube to follow along with EFT tapping, or you can find a practitioner that will work with you one-on-one. That truly is the most powerful way to work with EFT tapping, is that personalized work, because it's really speaking directly to you. Visualization techniques are another powerful mindset practice. And again, I want to hear from you. What are some of your favorite mindset practices that you do to cultivate that growth mindset, that mental climate of possibility and positivity? Because if you don't have that, you're not going to, subconsciously, you're not going to believe that you are actually able to manifest your dreams and desires. It's so often our mindset and our beliefs, our thoughts, that will hold us back. So we need to get really conscious of them, because at our core, it's either that we have a core belief that we're unable to create what we desire, that we're unable to manifest our dreams, or that we're unworthy of it, that we don't deserve what it is that we're trying to create or manifest. Those are those deep-seated unconscious beliefs that can be running in the background, right? So it's so important to master our mindset. It's really key. Our thoughts form our reality, because our thoughts determine our actions, right? Our thoughts are what motivate our daily choices and actions. And so they literally create our perception of reality. So these are the inner shifts that lead to outer changes, right? So it really, our mindset practice, huge catalyst for change. And you need to explore what practice will work for you. And it doesn't need to be the same thing every single day. This is important to remember, that even though I'm saying you need to make this a daily practice, you don't have to have the exact same daily practice, right? For some of us, that would be quite tedious or boring. But again, this something daily. Yes, a daily morning meditation helps you set your mindset for the day. That's right. So you're starting to see that some of these practices actually cover a few things, right? Meditation can help us connect. It can help us receive. It can help us express gratitude. And it can help cultivate our mindset, right? So can journaling, right? Yeah, wonderful. So routine becomes ritual. Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. And again, I want to hear what some of your favorite practices are, because we're all so different. And that's why I like sharing a bunch of different ideas, and just explore for yourself. And like I even shared, I got really into EFT tapping for like 3 years. And then it kind of tapered off. I felt like, I don't need this as much, because I'd found different practices that replaced it. But in the last couple of months, I've actually come back around. I'm like, yeah, actually, I love EFT tapping. It's so powerful. Meditation, or different styles of meditation. So explore what really works for you. Okay, so in closing, you can easily remember these 5 daily practices for manifesting through the acronym, right? Connect, receive, embody, appreciate, and mindset. It spells cream. So I came up with this as the acronym CREAM. So think about it as your daily cream that you apply to smooth out and speed up the personal transformation that you are desiring to manifest, right? It will smooth, this cream will just make things easier for you because you're going to be connected and aligned. So you're going to stop trying to manifest something that's out of alignment for you. And you're going to be in that flow, in that state of appreciation and gratitude. You're going to be receiving. You're going to be expanding your capacity to receive, right? And you're consistently cultivating that mindset of growth. Yes, cream. So think about that. Connect, receive, embody, appreciate, and mindset. And this will really help you as you continue to expand into your greatest potential for your own health and happiness and success. However you define the health and happiness and success that you want, that you're desiring to create. Okay? And cream always rises to the top too. I hadn't even thought about that. That's a wonderful analogy there as well. That's right. So there you have it. Your daily cream. Truly, these are 5 practices that when you become more and more aware of them and practice them, like I said, they don't take a lot of time necessarily, but they really become a way of living and a state of being that will put you into that co-creative relationship with the divine, right? And really it's all about you remembering that you have the ability to co-create your reality and to reclaim your creative power to do so. That you have that capability, right? You do. You are so powerful beyond measure. All right. So once again, I invite you to my singing circle this Friday, November 19th. If that sings to your soul, come join us for that. And also, all this talk about manifesting, for the 5th year in a row, I will be leading my Plan Your Magical Year workshop in a few weeks on Friday, December 3rd, which is the Sagittarius new moon. Like I said, this is the 5th year that I've been running this workshop. It's very popular. It's a 2-hour interactive workshop that gives you the time and the guidance to dreamcraft and dreamline a map, a plan for your magical year for 2022. And I would love to see you there. If you would like to be tagged when the registration is open in a couple of days, please put magical year in the comments. Magical year. And I will ping you when the registration is open. And yeah, so I have these 2 events coming up over the next few weeks. Of course, they're aligned with the moons. So the singing circle is this Friday under the full moon. And the Plan Your Magical Year workshop is in 2 weeks, Friday, December 3rd, with the Sagittarius new moon. And it's a perfectly aligned new moon energy for that kind of future visioning and planning. All right, magical year. Yeah, put magical year in the comments and I will tag you in a post when the registration is open, which will be very soon. Okay, my lovelies, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. And as always, I am here supporting you and cheering you on for everything that you are wanting to manifest in your lives, and remembering that you have the creative power and the magic to do so. Just remember your daily cream. All right, thank you so much. Lots of love. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye for now, Creatrixes.